welcome to Bitstorm, a comedy game design podcast by two guys who know nothing about comedy nor game design. I'm Ben Slinger, and with me, as always, hiding out from the podcast accountants, is Trevor Scott.
Yes, I'm in my bunker right now.
Yeah, good. I think though, that they might let us release episode 300 fairly soon.
Fairly soon, yeah.
I think maybe we've only got a few, like, sort of semi-episodes here.
It helps that we kidnapped one of them.
Yeah, well, he's been giving us a lot of inside info into their methods.
I say kidnapped, but he's not a kid. It's an accountant napped.
Yeah, and he's taking a nap right now.
Yes.
You know,
he's well fed. It's not like we're keeping him against his will. He wants to be.
I mean, he says that we do have him handcuffed to a chair, but that's for his own safety. You know.
That's to keep him away from all the poisonous snakes.
Yeah, you know, we here at Bitstorm are known for our
snake pit.
Our snake pit. We keep them all as pets. We let them roam free. They know us, so you know they leave us alone.
Yeah.
But visitors, we do need to handcuff them to chairs. What are we doing tonight, Trev?
Now that the bot's online, we can do anything that we want.
The bot. Love the bot.
Yeah, because I'd forgotten that we were doing the podcast, so I was just tending to Jerry, the podcast accountant, and I forgot that.
And you'd forgot to power up
the snake powered
Wordy the bot. Yeah, you forgot to whip those snakes into action.
I mean, you got to watch out for those snakes.
Fucking hell.
Click Pitch is a game.
Yeah.
In which we each have a random word generator powered by snakes, and we put our magic word into it, and we get magic words back. And then we take those magic words and we throw them at each other, and out pops a game.
And they magically become a game design of sorts. So let's do it. 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, click. Downright.
Viewpoint.
Ooh, so that's 4 words. Down, right,
kind of.
viewpoint.
Some compound words in there.
So, downright makes me think of, like, a controller. You know, like a fighting game sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Okay. And then viewpoint we could take in a few different ways. Obviously, that could be, like, the actual camera style, like where the camera sits in the game. It could be that you're fighting on the edge of a mountain and you just have a great vista behind you.
Ooh, a first-person fighter.
Okay, first-person
brawler.
Street Fighter-esque, like one-on-one.
Either one-on-one. I don't really want it VR. I think it's better off
No. Keep this more, controller-based or something.
Yeah, and the idea is that as you're fighting against these people, whether it's a one-on-one fighter or just more of a slower-paced brawler, kind of like a Dead Island, but more based around, you know, blocking and that sort of stuff. Fisticuffs. Because I like the idea of actually having to, you look at what's coming at you. So, you know, you look down at the arm and you hold up the block, and then you can...
Okay.
You look where you want to punch, and then if something else is coming in, it's a little bit slower that you can move around. And...
Well, if we could make it seem like, you're really like... And again, I've just been catching up and watching all of Cobra Kai. You know, karate blocks and things, so that it's really seeming like you're just, you know... almost preemptively knowing where the blocks are coming from and stuff. That could be cool. Maybe just a timing-based thing even. I wonder... And I mean, you could have some simple, like maybe like high and low, but you have to really... It's almost rhythm-based, or not quite rhythm-based, but like, you know when you get a like perfectly accurate block versus a slightly off block versus you completely missed the block just based on the timing.
You blocked early and whiffed the whole thing and you got punched in the face. Yeah.
yeah. But that we like have the animations kind of ready to blend between those different things, and that it might, if you whiff a block, then maybe it sends you in a sort of a different direction because it means you're going to stumble that way, or they're going to, depending on which direction the attack was coming from. To make this a little bit more interesting, and just the reason I thought of this is just because I said, flying on top of a mountain. What if you're like some sort of super powered being, just so we can have like you slam into the side of the mountain and like fucking rocks and shit come down, like you're destroying, like you're putting big gouges through this mountain as you're fighting.
The problem is you getting forced back when you're in first person is going to kind of suck.
That's true.
But you can punch someone into another mountain and see them off in the distance.
To be able to punch someone into another mountain. I mean, that's really what I want to make that work. Maybe it's just the finishing bit. Maybe it's more of just a stylistic thing around.
It's that Mortal Kombat thing of, when you get one of the bone breaker things and it's sort of zooms in and does the X-ray.
Does a special...
But in this case, it's like the final move that you like you turn into One Punch Man and you just
punch them through a mountain.
Yeah, punch them literally through a mountain.
Literally through, like there's just a hole and you're watching them.
But the problem is they're not actually like superhuman, so they're dead in the first. Like
they just turn to mist.
By the time it comes out the other side, it's like it's gone through a cheese grater or something like that.
Gross. You think you're going to be this big hero, and then everyone's just like appalled and completely
and scared of you, and that's why you're a hermit that lives on a mountain. But people still try to come and beat the hermit. And
right? Yeah. You're the challenge. There's legends that go around, and every 5 years or so, when people have sort of moved on enough and forgotten about the carnage that happened last time, some cocky kid comes and decides that they're going to take on the hermit.
Yeah.
The hermit of the mountain ranges.
His name is Herman.
Herman the Hermit.
Yep.
Yeah.
No relation to the band, Herman's Hermits.
But it is actually related to the show Herman's Head, funnily enough. Like, so he actually played Herman in Herman's Head.
Yeah, it turns out that Herman's Head was actually based on his life.
Yeah.
But they got rid of all the
voice
superheroes.
Of Lisa. Was she in his head, or she was a character?
She was a character. She was like the
love interest or something.
Yeah. Okay. But they stripped out all the superhero stuff and then added in the stuff about the people in his head. And
so he doesn't have people in his head.
He doesn't have people in his head. No.
He just worked in an office once.
He worked in an office once and liked Lisa Simpson. Yeah.
Right. He just had a crush on the actual cartoon character. It's really quite creepy because she's like 8.
Yeah. 3-2-1 click.
I don't know. The hermit's got some issues. Blow.
Password.
Okay.
The password is cocaine.
Always. But actual little, like you have to like insert some cocaine, or you have to blow. Like it's a pun. You have to like breathe into it, and you have to have done cocaine recently.
Okay, so this is Ben's peripherals. Ben's custom peripherals.
Okay.
It's a breathalyzer.
It's just a drug tester. Yeah. And this is the opposite of one of those devices that they put on your car. You have to be like intoxicated by a certain amount to play this game.
It's a party game.
Yeah.
It's a party game, exactly. And you have to have been partying with or like alcohol and or cocaine.
Jackbox Party Pack 69, $4.20. Special edition.
Yes. It's all sex, drugs, and all rock and roll.
Yeah.
I think that just writes itself. So, 3-1 click. Damn it, I really liked Password too. I was hoping that we'd go places with that. And
we can bring it back if you want.
Okay.
Correspondence.
Password.
Okay. Okay.
I do like the idea of you've got a pen pal.
Yeah, I was thinking going the like paper right, because I think that my first instinct was, it's a log in and read people's email kind of game, but I think let's move away from that sort of idea.
Or it could be
more based around.
It doesn't necessarily
letters.
have to be a full on paper thing, but it doesn't have to be like a typical email account. I'm thinking like a special service, and you're looking through your desk or something like that, and you find this password, and you go, that was for that old pen pal service that I used to
like
use.
penpal.me or something.
Yeah, and so
Sure.
you log in, and there's all these letters that have
all these
remained
letters that people
unanswered.
that these poor people across the world have sent you and just never got an answer back.
And I don't know why, but I'm getting a kind of a horror vibe from one of them. Like,
All right.
there's something about
You're scrolling through and you see sort of random person from like Russia and Portugal and
US of A.
like South Africa or something. And then you just get it was like from all different people, and then you
Hell.
you scroll. It just says it's from hell. No, maybe we don't go that far immediately. But I'm thinking you're seeing a bunch of random ones, and then you scroll down enough, and then you just see this map. Like the rest of them are just all from one person,
Yeah.
one name, and that name is Satan.
I like the idea. And name is Natasha. Satan.
Name is Damien.
if you reverse Natasha, Satan, like
Satan, right? I see.
Satan.
Satan. Yeah.
Yeah. So Natasha, but
Sure.
yeah, the idea is that you this penpal.me always shows from oldest to newest. It's not something that you can do. It's made so that
the people don't have to wait too long, like for responses. You have to reply
first in, first out. That's
you have
you have to reply.
You have to reply.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a first in, first out sort of system.
Do you not even see the other ones then until you've replied? Maybe.
Ooh, I do like that.
And so it's sort of you get like 3 or 4, and it's just like I don't know. And maybe you just have it's like a Mad Libs thing almost as you're responding, where we've written most of it, but you can choose from a few adjectives and stuff. And then you get one from Natasha, and it like seems normal at first, and then the next one's from Natasha, and then the next one's from like.
And then
there's one from Hawaii.
If you remember the timestamps, they're like 3 seconds apart, sort of thing. Like it's
right,
this
but
person
they're these big long letters, and
it's like they've written them all out and they just copy and paste them, copy and paste it, copy paste it.
Which is strange because PenPal.me doesn't let you paste into its forms because it wants you to write them.
So there's
from the heart.
There's some time dilation stuff going on here.
Yeah,
and you can actually do that, as in I don't really want to write all these people. I know I'll try to put all this stuff in Notepad and copy and paste, and it's one of the first things that you try to do, and it goes, nope, you can't do that. Okay, we've got to personalize this to everyone.
Or maybe we just have like a little helper. There's like a little tutorial thing that tells you that, so we don't actually have to rely on the player to try to do that or whatever. But yeah, we can make that clear.
Okay.
All right, and so
when you get
you?
5 or 6 of them, then you can actually set this person to blocked. So it'll block all future messages.
Right.
But I think what happens is when you hit that block button, then they start coming in from another person that it's writing the exact same way, using the exact
from
same
Lucy,
font.
Lucy F.
Yeah, Lucy F. Lucy Furman.
Maybe he doesn't give last names. It is just like an initial,
an anonymous.
it's to make it more anonymous.
I know there is something here. I'm liking.
Yeah.
I'm liking this, but
I guess how do we bring? Is it just all in the writing then that really makes it? It's sort of just an unsettling read. It's almost like just a visual novel of sorts.
It's a visual novel of sorts, and you get the occasional sort of letter from other people that, you know, seem quite nice, and they're like, "Oh, sorry, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Just thought I'd let you know that I'm married now, and, you know, I did finally ask her out, and blah blah blah." And it's like, "Oh, that's kind of nice." And then
it's like me and Lucy F are very happy together.
And yeah, I know you could actually start incorporating like some of the stories from each of them, and maybe there's something going on there. And
this feels like the sort of game that could perhaps benefit from that style of... Oh, and I always forget what it's called. There's one particular game I always think of that's got a very Stranger Things vibe, but it's not that. Anyway, where you're using the computer to like view this stuff, but it's in a very... You can see the world in a fairly high res 3D, you know, well lit, well rendered view around it. And, you know, as you get to the end of your letters each night or whatever, you have sort of just a little, you know, you turn off the computer and it's a first person sort of, you know, you go, all you can do is you've just got your little room around you and you can like go to bed or whatever. Like,
I do like that. You could actually do a first person view of you walking over to bed, or, you know, do the general.
But it
night.
lets you do things like the weather's a bit different outside, and then we can bring in some ambience and some some atmospheric spooky stuff with that. Maybe as we get further down the line, you know, there's a fucking face at the window for a second or whatever. Like these sorts of little creepy things that sneak in to just sort of add to that unsettling
technology
feeling.
I like a CRT monitor. There's just something about a CRT monitor and the slight hum that you get with it, like the hum of the electron, the electron beam being
I think
modified.
I think that can be good, as long as it feels legitimately in world, I suppose. Because it's sort of
my thought is that, you know, you can explain that they found this old PC and the password stuck to it with a post-it note sort of thing.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, penpal.me. Like, that was early 90s.
Right. Like early web, it's Web 1.0.
Yeah.
Before, except I'm pretty sure that's before there was a .me extension. But anyway, yeah, that's fine. We can fudge that however we want to, just so we can get a CRT in there. I do kind of like that, though. It's like it feels like Windows 3.1 or something.
Yeah.
As you're clicking through this inbox of...
even better. Things. You know what it is?
What?
It's that OS warp or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, no one actually used it, but all of the supports is the dial-up modem. That's...
Yeah.
And...
Yeah. Well, then that can be fun, too, because we can then play with the weird dial-up sound effects as a, you know, lead into when you log on every day.
And then maybe you heard a voice in there that one time, and that's kind of freaky.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's cool.
So, one of the things that I remember when
wake up. Ding, ding, you're gonna die.
But one of the things that old PCs used to have are those two speakers that sit on the side.
Yep.
And you turn them on, and it's like it's detecting. You know, you're getting the beep 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 beep.
Like SMS.
Oh, not the SMS, but just the constant.
Oh, the
polling sort of thing that speakers usually pick up, that the radio signal or whatever that it's using, which is
yeah. We can play with some fun sound design for that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really like this game.
I always like this sort of style. I think just creating a cool atmospheric space to then, like, tell stories in, even if it's those stories are just on a screen or whatever, is cool.
That is cool. 3, 2, 1, click.
Yes, indeedy. Capital.
Custard.
It's a capital idea, my good custard. As opposed to lowercase custard.
Capital custard.
Capital custard. It's brand,
custard
baby.
with a capital C.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Who's the mascot for Capital Custard?
Why did my mind just go to Captain America, of course? Marvel's Captain Custard.
Maybe because it's Capital Custard, maybe it's like a fucking stock, like it's a guy in a fucking business suit, like you know, what's his name?
I'm picturing the ads right now, like, oh, custard, that's a capital idea.
That's a capital idea. Your stock will rise when you eat Capital Custard.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
ABC, always be custard.
Always be custard. What does it mean to custard?
You'll sell high and buy low, and you'll be able to afford to do that with our custard. Capital Custard.
Oh my god, 3 to 1 click.
You don't think we can make a game around a brand of custard?
Dining.
Publication. Are you a food critic?
Ooh, I do
or
like
something
that.
around a food critic.
I do like a game around food critics.
I could see an interest, like, again, in that vein of finding a way to bring a narrative into an interesting space, telling a story via the different restaurants that you go to night after night could be kind of cool.
Why do I get the feeling that it's like a food critic in today's world? So it's very much, you know, they think of themselves as very important to, like, they're an influencer.
They're just like an influencer.
Yeah.
Or an Instagram food critic. That's fine. That makes sense.
Why am I getting the feeling that this should be a full motion video game?
Really? I was thinking more... You know how some games recently, particularly, like, I think Japanese games do this a bit, like it's a bit of a Final Fantasy and the Monster Hunter thing or whatever, with just, like, the really high-quality food in their games and how, like, it looks realistic and stuff. Because a big thing of an Instagram influencer is taking that picture of the food, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like that has to be part of it. You frame up the shot, you choose your filters.
But then it's just this huge fatal frame, like,
There's a fucking ghost coming out of your soup. Waiter, there's a ghost in my soup.
All you want to do is just, you know, take those photos of the food and all this sort of stuff. But everywhere you go seems to be haunted.
The ghosts. You have to fight off the ghosts to eat your food. Like, take a bite of fucking cannoli and the ghost comes out the other end.
But no one else can see it, so they just think that you're like this crazy person who's taking pictures of all these people. Like, you're coming up and taking photos of other people's food. Because the fucking cannoli ghost took over their cannoli.
I don't know why I went to cannolis.
You're obviously just hungry for a cannoli.
I guess so.
You got a cannoli hunger.
So. I'm
want to guzzle that cannoli.
Horny for cannoli. I don't know.
Horny for cannoli. So that's the name of the episode.
Stick my dick in that cannoli custard.
Oh my god.
I mean, have you seen a cannoli?
Yes.
Like, they're dick shaped. Okay.
Now, what type of when you imagine a cannoli with custard,
Yeah.
is it chocolate custard on one side and like vanilla custard on the other?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm getting the feeling of. Like,
But the chocolate's the haunted bit. That's the
yes,
thing. That's actually a little known fact.
that's why I eat the chocolate side first.
You have to.
Yeah, it's actually law.
Otherwise, the ghost disappears, escapes.
That's how I get all my power, all my cannoli powers, from consuming cannoli ghosts.
Yeah. We all do, Trevor. It's common cannoli knowledge.
Oh, don't get me started about Maxi-Bon ghosts.
Yeah, well, they live in the
cookie side, and you can't,
cookie side.
You can't go cookie side first, because then you got nothing to hold on to. The chocolate melts in your hand, so you have to.
Yeah. It's quite dangerous, actually. Like, they've got a lawsuit on their hands.
I mean, that's actually why they started those Maxi-Bon fast eating competitions of, can you eat it in 20 seconds?
Yeah, because how else are you going to consume the ghost inside?
Yeah. But then, if you don't consume it fast enough, that's why you get an ice cream headache.
Yeah, it's the ghost, like, halfway in, halfway out.
Yeah, trying to
escape.
It's beating the hell out of your brain or whatever.
Yeah. And in this game, those are the sorts of things you have to take pictures of.
Yes.
Cannoli ghosts and Maxi-Bon ghosts escaping from people's bodies. All living in their food.
People with ice cream headaches, yeah. Age.
Reverse
age. So Benjamin Button the game.
Starts off and you sort of like come alive as a 97-year-old man.
Yeah. Ooh, there's something about that. Like, what if you weren't actually born? You came alive, and people don't know where you came from. You were just there one day in this old person's home. There's something there. Like, it's a bit better than. I mean, Benjamin Button and that didn't kind of make sense.
I don't ever remember the story. I honestly don't even.
Yeah, but we can just go. Old man in nursing home, and
yeah, I like that because it gives that aspect of you start with like outsiders, basically. Like, you are just getting fragments of things initially, and then as you get younger, that starts to clear up, basically.
What if, and this is a spoiler for the very, very, very end of the game, you're actually an alien who's wanting to experience life on Earth, but you come from like another dimension, so you don't quite understand the regular flow of time. So you see all these old people, and then you're taking it backwards.
Well, or maybe instead of an alien, maybe this is some sort of, and this isn't my usual go-to, but like you've been sent back by an angel or something to like learn a lesson, or like to experience life in this different way. Because of whatever you did in your previous...
Time is going forwards, but you're aging backwards through...
Yeah.
Maybe because you actually... you could just have, like, a little epilogue at the end, which is you drunkenly, like, having an argument with God or Jesus going, I bet you...
I bet you couldn't.
If I knew... What I knew at the end of my life when I was younger, I would have done things totally different.
Yeah, it's all a fucking drunken bet.
I just love it. Like, it is literally just a drunken bet.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, I think I'm feeling like it's maybe first person again.
Third person.
Maybe third person.
Yeah. No, it's second person. So you're seeing it through the eyes of other people.
Let's not overcomplicate it too much.
But we need more games for Jim to talk about next time.
Yeah.
When he's on.
The main reason I thought first person, though, was just because looking at yourself in a mirror every time is sort of a powerful kind of thing that could be interesting. But
yeah, it is kind of a powerful thing. You're right.
Like waking up at the start of each like in-game day, and it's we've jumped time forward, and you're seeing yourself younger.
A few more
a few
Dark
years
hairs.
younger or whatever. And yeah, exactly. Losing that salt and pepper.
Oh, until you're no longer if you're a male, silver fox, and if you're a female, then the silver foxy lady.
Vixen?
Silver vixen,
I
yes.
guess. Yeah. What's the game? Is it just like, what do you do each day? Is it just it's sort of a narrative, go around and talk to people?
It is a narrative, go around and talk to people, but I think it's in a compressed time. Like, your initial friends that you sort of meet up with there are, a bit younger than you, but by the time that you're ready to leave they've
all gotten old and died,
or they're on their deathbed,
or they're on their
and then
that's an interesting thing, because you definitely, I do like that, because I often like stories that sort of go through those different phases of someone's life in that way, where it's like, oh, for this period of time your routine was like, here are your friends and here's this, and but then exploring the reasons those sorts of things change. And so in this perspective, you tell a story of how you make friends with these people in the nursing home
who have just joined the nursing home or just joined the retirement village.
Oh, yeah. But then you have to watch them get older as you are getting younger, and then you get to an age where, okay, I need to leave here. Like, the only person that's left is old Joe, and he doesn't remember who anyone is anymore, and it's sad, but it's time to move on to that next phase. And it's like, okay, well, I'll get myself a place somewhere, and you're a 70-year-old 70-something, in your 70s, and navigating the world that is for a 70-year, while feeling young, right? Like,
traveling the world
learning.
while because of course when you retire, that's the thing that you do. You travel the world, and as you hit like your mid 60s, that's where you get your first job. But it turns out that the reason why you're getting younger and everyone else is getting older is because you're actually stealing their life force. And the more people
that's
you come
just
into
the
play
way that Jesus had to make it work.
Exactly. Like,
so people get older faster when you're around them.
Yeah, and you get younger. You get younger faster. That's why it's compressed. A compressed timeline.
Oh, really? Okay. I thought we were just like not. So how long is this person even
2
being
weeks
alive for? It's 2 weeks. It's
because
you think it's
the worst part is when they get into like high school and primary school, like it goes super quick because they're around all these kids, and he just steals all the life force from
kids. Oh my god, this got way too complicated.
And then all of a sudden you have all these preppies who have just started going through puberty, and that's scary.
And meanwhile, and they've just found like you as a baby on the floor of the classroom.
Yeah.
That's how the game ends. Is a teacher finds you as like, oh my god, how did this baby get here? Oh, you'll be okay, and then takes you into the classroom, and you just like dissolve into a fetus and into nothing and disappear.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's it. I think
that's tonight's episode.
That's what we're going to end on. And all that's left in her hand is a button. Just to. Benjamin button.
Okay, Benjamin.
Yep, sure, button.
Your name is Benjamin.
I'm aware. So, if you'd like to find our previous episodes online, go to podchaser.com/bitstorm. They're all up there. All 299.4 of them now.
Damn you, Jerry.
Did he escape?
No.
No, good.
He's just I'm looking at him right now.
Don't let him make friends with the snakes.
He's been eyeing one of them off.
Oh, yeah. Janice?
Yeah, Janice. Our receptionist, yeah. Pretty sure from episode 250.
She does have fangs, though. Oh, yeah, really. The lore is going out of control.
We didn't mention that Janice was a snake.
Yeah, like we just didn't feel like it was important.
No, we don't judge you.
I'm not keeping any of this in. I did my bit. You say your thing.
For those of you who like the music at the start and end, which I hope is all of you, you can check out the whole 8-minute version of that song, which is called Mount Defiance, off of the album Containment Failure by the band Kuradust, and it's on their Bandcamp, kuradust.bandcamp.com.
That's right. So thank you again for joining us this week on Bitstorm. I'm Ben Slinger.
I'm Trevor Scott, and that's Jerry, the podcast accountant. Shut up, Jerry.